So a lot of pros, hardly any cons, and it's definitely, I recommend it to the fans who are familiar with Elvis's life. It's nothing new, but it is nice to see a very well put together documentary, something current. And to the newer fans, this is definitely something that you will enjoy. So the only thing I didn't really care for in this special is that Priscilla Presley once again is talking, and yeah, it's good. You know, she spent a whole lot of time with Elvis, so she has some insights. One thing I didn't buy was how she was like, I was so surprised when he finally proposed to me. And, you know, most of the people in his inner circle say that Elvis did not want to marry her. He felt pressured because, you know, she was living with him for so many years, since like 1963. She wasn't even 18. You know, and then by the time she got to 21, she got pressure, or Elvis got pressure from Priscilla's dad saying, hey, you better. Now, this is inside information from the mafia people. It's not necessarily big news, but if you listen to the mafia people read Child Bride, Parker was putting pressure on him. Her dad was putting pressure on him. Even Elvis's maid said that she found Elvis crying before the wedding, and she was like, what are you crying about? And he's like, well, I have to marry Priscilla. So the whole marriage looked like Elvis was pushed into it, you know, and then Priscilla's like, and, you know, he just, you know, I was just surprised, and, you know, we got married and I was so happy, you know, like, you were pushing him for this, I think. And also, one thing I didn't buy with her story was that, you know, she was talking about when she first met Elvis, because they even talk about, you know, they talk about the early life of Elvis. They really do a good job explaining everything leading up to this comeback. Well, anyway, she talks about how when she was in Germany, somebody came up to her and asked if she wanted to meet Elvis. When, if you read Child Bride, which most of you agree is a very enlightened book on the details of that, Priscilla was seeking ways to find Elvis. So, you know, minor details. But yeah, I didn't really like having Priscilla there. You know, she's almost 80. She's the ex-wife. Elvis divorced her in 1973. Yeah, she left him, but Elvis divorced her. And then they had Jerry Schilling there, and I never really cared for his voice. I just don't like how it's really slow and like husky type voice. Just not my cup of tea out of, you know, all the people. But we're running out of people, and they don't let Billy Smith talk, you know, which is disappointing. So, you know, I guess we get who we get, but that's why they have to rely on other people who are Elvis fans, like Billy Corgan. They were even talking, I forgot the name of this one guy, but they were saying how he and Bob Dylan were interested in this 68 comeback, and they just like decided to sit and watch. Also, I don't know how they missed this with the final edit, but during the credits, or just before the credits at the end, they said like Elvis performed like 311 or 370 some more shows from 69 to 77, but it was like 1100. So I don't know how they missed that, but people make mistakes.